So maybe it's just me, but the tone of this episode of Dragon Ball Super was definitely different for Dragon Ball at the very least, and seeing Goku's character in this light as well was pretty significant and again different than what we've seen in the entirety of Dragon Ball, because it almost felt as though he was paranoid, obviously with a reason, because he's feeling like he's being watched and that somebody's coming after him and shit like that, but it felt as though it was mixing a little bit of something that Dragon Ball normally doesn't do in the serious stuff, and that's the daily life of these characters, like Goku's, shopping, which hilarious moment, hilarious when he's looking and he's like, oh my god, what's going on, I feel something, and then he's actually staring at the woman, the dummy with the bra and panties. I was like, yeah, that was top notch right there. But again, the tone of this episode, the paranoia that Goku was feeling and sensing or whatever for a hit coming after him was great. Honestly, just all of those scenes alone, it was just kind of like the quiet before the storm, except it was already ominous at that, because it's like, what the fuck's about to happen to Goku, and Goku can feel it as well. So top notch right there. But then the hit scenes, I was just like, yo, you already can tell that he's advanced greatly, because one, he can bring people seemingly into his time skip when he was grabbing that motherfucker, or just basically killing him and taking his little jewel around his neck or whatever. I was like, okay, so it's advanced quite a bit. And again, seeing it in a different setting, because when we seen Hit, it was just basically like this giant arena and you got aliens and shit like that. But to see him kind of just walking around a city and then like, going through the elevator and stuff like that, I think they played it up really nicely. It felt very elegant, but then at the same time a savage, because he's going through there and he's going to kill someone basically and rob them. I was like, what the fuck was going on though with the news report about Frost? I was thinking to myself, I wonder if they're going to do something big with Frost at some given point. That's why they continuously mention him here and there. And, since he wasn't in the baseball game, I'm kind of like, what's up with that? And then, of course, we got to address the scenes of Vegeta with Whis. It seems as though they're already hyping up the next arc. So if you know about the next arc, then this episode was kind of building it up even more when Beerus showed up and was like, the big tournament, we got to get ready and all this stuff. And Vegeta's there training with Whis. It's like, yeah, they're definitely trying to build up the hype and suspense for what's to come with that arc as well. And it was interesting to see even Vegeta knew something was wrong with Goku. Why am I here training alone? Why isn't Kakarot doing it? He even was like, hey, is he getting special training and something like that? Like, you could tell that at the very least, even that scene had a little bit of suspense regarding Goku. So the whole Goku's gonna die shit, they played it up really nicely. And then of course when you get to the end, I think having Gohan and Piccolo and Goten, I was surprised. It's like, hey, they're giving Goten a moment, and I was so hoping he would have put on the little Saiyaman uniform. I was like, that would have been freaking hilarious, but they just gave him the shade. So, hey, at the very least, he sees with his sunglasses at night, okay? Like, Goten is on some bullshit, but adding those characters to there as well, it added to the dramatic effect. I mean, the way you open up the episode, hands down, one of my favorite entrances to any arc, even though it's a mini arc, because, of course, we know that it's only going to be 2 episodes for this arc of Dragon Ball Super. Opening it up like that, Goku falling down and them showing up and crying and shit like that, that was amazing. Again, they're seemingly, you could argue maybe going a little edgy for Dragon Ball, because it's kind of edgy for Dragon Ball, but the way they approached that, it was like, this, at the very least, these 2 episodes is going to be a big banger, so get your fucking saddle on, let's go. So I like the way they opened up the episode. Honestly, even the art was on point. It's a shame that we do know this isn't going to be a big arc or anything like that, but it is kind of, at the very least in the anime, again, I'm assuming they're going to skip this in the manga or whatever, but in the anime, it's giving a nice prelude to the big arc that's coming as well, which is a nice touch, because again, I don't like when there's just like, oh, this is just random or whatever. Like, they're even connecting it with slowly building up to the big tournament. But the fight with Goku and Hit, which wasn't much of a fight, it was pretty much a fucking rapage hitting him, and like it was done. It was like, really? So I'm expecting next episode some crazy shit to go down. I'm trying to be very spoiler free in this review as I possibly can, so people can, check out the next episode and be okay, surprised or whatever, because I do know more or less what's going to happen in the next episode, briefly or whatever. I know more or less, so it's like, yeah, there's gonna be some awesome shit in next week's episode. Honestly, this episode, I can't really say too much other than the fact that it was different. It was pretty different. The build up to the big battle, which again, it was a one-sided, oh my god, Goku, you're getting your ass raped right now, bro. There's nothing more to it. it was nice. It was different. It was quiet. It was very calm. It was very slice of life, building up into that Dragon Ball Z type of feel where it's like 1 minute we're just chilling, next minute, oh my god, fucking Goku's getting shot in the heart and shit like that. And then you notice, of course, he was charging up that blast to hit with it or whatever. So yeah, some interesting stuff. Honestly, again, very nice episode. Again, I'm disappointed in a sense of that this isn't gonna be long. I wish this would be like at least 12 episodes, something like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. First of all, how did you feel seeing Goku in that type of atmosphere of being paranoid? Is like, when is Goku paranoid like that? Like, that was kind of an interesting touch that they added. I mean, even seeing the other characters like kind of following Goku, which Goku, especially him being on that point of being paranoid. I mean, for crying out loud, he didn't even let Bulma touch him. That's how uptight he was about what was going on right there. Like, he fucking got hit by the car, and then Bulma goes to touch him. He's like, whoa, don't touch me. It's like, the paranoia was real. Even having the other characters like, oh my gosh. So that was awesome. And your overall thoughts of the episode, what did you think about what happened to Goku, that ending? I know people are going to be shitting themselves because regardless of what, yeah, there's Dragon Balls and all that shit, still to see Goku go down that quick, it's really interesting. And also, if you don't know by now, who do you think sent out the hit? Who's the #1 person that sent out the hit? In case there's multiple people, again, I'm being very spoiler free as I possibly can. Who do you think overall did it and why? Because, I mean, if he got hired to do this, there's obviously somebody with an agenda. Why would they do that to Goku, man? Who is he bothering, bro? Like, what was it, Frost, bro? Like, did Frost do something? Like, why was Frost in the episode, or was he a red herring? So yeah, your thoughts on that and your overall thoughts of the episode. Art was looking dope, animation was dope, like everything about the episode just a little bit different for Dragon Ball, but still nonetheless very good shit. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.